or coming back here to Bristol. It's basically home, but they're on the road facing a big rival in a hungry Virginia High team that Coach Chris and this group's wanting this win more than anything. And we've talked this week, and even the media, some of the newspapers are predicting games, close scores tonight. Still picking Tennessee High for the most part, but close.
You know, even tonight, I feel like it's going to be close, but I feel like it's going to swing our way tonight. Jamie Lathrop, our quarterback, the junior, he's just a lot like Cortland Carter, able to be able to get out of the pocket and run a little bit, but I think he just slings it that much better than Cortland to be able to get the win tonight.
Of course, they will do a two-quarterback system. We'll see Tan Overbay as about as much as we'll see Carter. Carter's more of the running quarterback, while Overbay will be the passing guy. He's completed 62% of his passes on the season. Meanwhile, Jamie Lathrop, 14 for 30 passing. That's 46%. He's only thrown for one TD, but it was a great flag route at John Battle, a diving catch by Bobby Medley, and boy, does he have some weapons to throw to.
The receivers are all across the board, like I mentioned the pre-game show there that we had on Twitter earlier. We even have soccer players catching balls for us. Running backs able to come out of the backfield, make big plays. They're just all over across the board for us there.
Yeah, the receivers have been deep on this Virginia High team, and one more position group we want to hit on, running back for both teams.
You know that we have three very, very talented running backs, all three with different abilities. And, you know, switching up a running back isn't anything like taking out the quarterback. The quarterback, once you switch him up like they do at Tennessee High with Cortland Carter and Tanner Overbay, could really disrupt the flow of an offense. But with these running backs, they all bring their own different pace to the game, and I really think that it helps out the Bearcat offense a lot.
Yeah, it really helps when you have that thumping running back like Michael Howard who can get down. He's not all that tall. He's got some size to him, so that really makes him a good third down back. But we see him the majority of the game because you got Alex Atkins and Aaron Rose who do a lot for this defense, and they don't like to waste them offensively when they got so much talent on that side of the ball.
You especially can't do it tonight, especially with how they have to play in the linebacker position. They have to be all over the field around Cortland Carter tonight as well.
I'm telling you, if you watch film on Aaron Rose or, well, on the other side too, Bobby Medley on the defensive side, all three of those guys, Adkins, Medley, and Rose, this defense wouldn't run without those guys.
Absolute headhunters and ball hawks there.
And they're guys that can come out of their position to come up and stop the run. Bobby Medley, of course, plays as a DB, but he'll be up there almost as much as a linebacker would. So it's fun to watch Bobby get in there on some running plays. And there's a little preview of tonight's game. We're looking for another good afternoon for Bearcat football, almost like the afternoon we had last week on Battle Hill. Came away with a good win there, 35-14. For Virginia High, they've won both their games. They've scored 35 points in each game. They shut out Tazewell in game one here at home and got away with a 35-14 win over Battle. Let's take a look at last week in the Southwest District. The Marion Scarlet Hurricanes rolled to a 57-21 win to sweep Smith County and trample the Panthers there in week two. Coach Dubel couldn't get a win there, the newly appointed Northwood head coach. Richlands dropped a tough game, 16-7 to Union. Union's a really good football team this year. Watch out for them. And the Bears are able to make it back-to-back wins.
That James Mitchell kid's rough over there.
Over Richlands. Lee County put a thumping on Lebanon, 42-7, as Lebanon couldn't bounce back. Graham, 52-8 win over the Tazewell Bulldogs. So Graham's the first team out of that group to get a win. Tazewell now drops to 0-2, but even bigger, 0-2 in the conference. And we saw Tazewell week one here at Gene Malcolm. They only had 28 players, so that's rough. It's going to be a tough season for them. As we go ahead and move on down, of course, Virginia High 35-14, and really special teams, Lathrop are able to carry the Bearcats over the Trojans.
The two-block punts by Ratcliffe last week were huge for us on the Bearcat side of the ball.
Yeah, that's true. We had the block punt right there at the end of the first half. Now tonight in the Southwest District, Giles, 2-0, travels to Graham to face up with the 1-1 G-Man, looking for an upset tonight. That'll be a tough game. Richlands has a bye week. They're sitting at 1-1. Tazewell 0-2. They're going to Riverview to face the Raiders, who are 0-1. And Tazewell finally drew a non-district opponent here in week 3. Marion, 2-0, travels to George Wythe, former Hogo Powers. George Wythe 1-1 on the season. They'll battle in Wytheville. As the Lee High Generals, 0-1, travel to Lebanon to face the Pioneers, who are 1-1, as the Pioneers look to get back into the win column. And then, of course, tonight, the 101st edition of the VT game coming from Gene Malcolm Stadium in about 20 minutes. So we hope you stay tuned. We'll be here for the action. We're going to take our first commercial break. Be sure you listen to every Bearcat game this season on your computer or mobile device at Spreaker.com/Bearcat Radio. Games can be accessed live or replayed anytime after the game is final. We'll be right back with more from the Bearcat Kickoff Show.
Bearcat fans, following every Virginia High School home football game, Visit Shoney's at Exit 5 for the world-famous breakfast bar. Serving until midnight, Shoney's is a proud sponsor of Bearcat Athletics. Listen to Virginia High School football on your computer or mobile device at Spreaker.com/Bearcat Radio.
Hi, I'm Dustin Lynch. You don't have to listen to country music to know that life can be full of drama. Some of it you just can't control, like your girlfriend running out on you with your best friend. But there's some drama that you can skip.
Skip the drama that comes with not having your high school diploma or equivalency. Find free adult education classes near you and finish your diploma. Visit finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org.
You just need to take that first step and find free classes near you and start moving towards a brighter future and even your college degree.
Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ed Council.
Follow Bearcat Radio on Twitter with the handle @VHS Bearcat Radio and on Facebook by searching Bearcat Radio for the upcoming broadcast schedule and shows on the flagship stream of Virginia High School Athletics.
In 50 feet, turn left. Why are you driving so slowly?
After a few drinks, I'm taking it slow.
Well, you're not fooling the cop behind you.
What?
Get ready to pay in 0.1 miles.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Virginia High Football on Bearcat Radio on Spreaker.com.
Welcome back to the Bearcat Kickoff Show from Gene Malcolm Stadium as we get set for kickoff between the Vikings and Virginia High. Dylan Hutton with Mark Harris. Take a look at the last Virginia High Bearcat game. 35-14 win on Battle Hill against the Trojans. The Bearcats advanced to 2-0 on the season with the help of stellar special teams play and a huge third down conversion in both halves to end up getting the win. They led 21-7 at the half. They scored 2 touchdowns in the final minute of the second quarter. Battle would cut the game to a one possession out of the locker room. They would hold the Bearcats to a 3-and-out and then strike on a 44-yard touchdown pass, cutting it to 7, 21-14. The Bearcats would stop John Battle early in the last quarter on an interception and finish off the Trojans later on a fourth down turnover on downs before scoring another TD. Michael Howard with about 6 seconds to go in that one. Virginia High finished with 354 total offensive yards. John Battle had 273. Jamie Lathrop 10 for 81 passing, or carried 10 times for 81 yards, that is. Connected on 9 for 19 passing, 156 yards. He ran and threw for a touchdown apiece. Bobby Medley, 5 catches for 78 yards, a TD, and Lane Carroll added 3 receptions for 77 yards. Of course, that one was a huge play. Both of those wide receivers had a coming-out party against Battle.
Yeah, we really needed that, too, especially coming up on this week in the rivalry week. We needed to have those options for him to be able to throw the ball to more than one person there.
I agree. They were able to get that going, and the running game was good. Michael Howard ran 10 times for 69 yards, 1 touchdown, and again that 6-yarder run to close the scoring of the ballgame. 35-14, Virginia High wins it over John Battle. A good win for them at that. And this is a John Battle, or a Virginia High team that has outscored opponents 56-7 in the first half this season, and also they have scored 3 touchdowns this year with under a minute to go until halftime. So that is amazing when you've only played 2 games.
Well, if you think about it, we only allow seven points against us a game. So if you think about it, we're holding teams to nothing in the second half.
That's true. Yeah, both games so far for Virginia High have been stellar. Defensively, they're holding opponents to just under 2 yards per carry, and that's huge for a team that runs a 3-3-5 defense.
For your big defensive lineman to get in the quarterback's face on that 3-3-5 is huge. It gives everybody else a better chance to make a play and a better opportunity as well.
All right, so Mark, let's go ahead and take a quick look into our opponent. Let's look at the Tennessee High Vikings and Coach Mike Mays' squad, 1-2 on the year.
So the Vikings, they are 1-2, but don't let the record fool you at all. They have a lot of ability, a lot of talent, and don't worry about the depth because they do have the talent to take it there to all the way to the end. They have a really physical, strong quarterback in Cortland Carter, and they also have the other quarterback, Tan Overbay, who's able to make the big throws out of the pocket as well. The depth issues on the defensive side of the ball might be where the issues occur, especially with us having the 3 running backs out of the backfield that are able to make the plays, and that's who we're slinging around in the field all night long with Jamie Lathrop at the helm for us.
A few more notes on Tennessee High. They're heavily penalized. They average 50 yards in penalties a game. They fumble a lot. They fumbled 8 times in 3 games, but they've only had 3 of them recovered against them. And they had that strong schedule. They gave up 390 yards rushing last week to Daniel Boone, but again, you can put an asterisk beside that one because Daniel Boone is so good this season, and missed tackles and missed assignments have been an issue all year for the Vikings.
Back to the fumbles, though. You can only play with fire so many times before you get burned there, Dylan.
That's true. 8 fumbles in 3 games. Don't know how many more times they can handle that. And let's go to our sponsor mentions. We're happy to add a sponsor, State Line Motors on Euclid Avenue. Kickoff and Red Zone sponsor. So we've got our first official sponsor on Bearcat Radio. We're glad to have them on as a partner. They're sponsoring Kickoff and all the Red Zone trips.
Huge shout out to Pat Breadwell and Don Breadwell on that one. I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, thank you. Mark was able to drag a sponsorship in. That was good. Even after one broadcast, Mark must have done a real good job. But with that, we're going to go to a quick break. We'll have players to watch, keys to the game, and more right after this break on Bearcat Radio.
Bearcat fans, following every Virginia High School home football game, visit Shoney's at Exit 5 for their world-famous breakfast bar. Serving until midnight, Shoney's is a proud sponsor of Bearcat Athletics. Listen to Virginia High School football on your computer or mobile device at Spreaker.com/Bearcat Radio.
Hi, I'm Dustin Lynch. You don't have to listen to country music to know that life can be full of drama. Some of it you just can't control, like your girlfriend running out on you with your best friend. But there's some drama that you can skip.
Skip the drama that comes with not having your high school diploma or equivalency. Find free adult education classes near you and finish your diploma. Visit finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org.
You just need to take that first step and find free classes near you and start moving towards a brighter future and even your college degree.
Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ed Council.
Follow Bearcat Radio on Twitter with the handle @VHS Bearcat Radio and on Facebook by searching Bearcat Radio for the upcoming broadcast schedule and shows on the flagship stream of Virginia High School Athletics.
In 50 feet, turn left. Why are you driving so slowly?
After a few drinks, I'm taking it slow.
Well, you're not fooling the cop behind you.
What?
Get ready to pay in 0.1 miles.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Virginia High Football on Bearcat Radio on Spreaker.com.
Welcome back to the Bearcat Kickoff Show, the official pregame show of Bearcat Radio. Dylan Hutton with Mark Harr as we get set, as we inch closer toward kickoff. About 12 minutes till the 101st VT game. Virginia High versus Tennessee High, the Border Bash. And right now we'll go over to Mark for players to watch in tonight's contest.
So my biggest players to watch tonight is Aaron Rhodes and Alex Atkins as they patrol the middle of the defense there as the captains in the middle linebacker position a lot tonight. To me, if they're able to play their assignment, protect the middle of the field over the J.T. Scott middle slant post route there, they could stall the Tennessee High offense pretty early and give Virginia High a strong chance to go up early and maybe take some air to this Tennessee High team.
Now offensively, where are you going to go for the Bearcats?
Jamie Lathrop, why wouldn't you go with him? Very talented quarterback for us tonight, and he's probably going to do a lot of everything for us.
I'm going to step it up a little bit, and I'm going to go to the running game. I think the running game is going to have to get going tonight for Virginia High. Last year, turnovers were a big deal. Had 2 turnovers in the opening 3 minutes of the ball game. And Virginia High actually scored first last year, went up 7-0, and Tennessee High scored 24 unanswered. And it was a really turnover-prone game. Virginia High held Tennessee High to just 76 yards in the first half. So if they can continue what they were able to do in the first half of that game but not make the mistakes, we could have us a ball game, and that's really what some of the news people have been predicting.
And the way for some of us is our defense has been playing stout. That's not the issue at all. If we're able to keep that up and keep it going throughout the remainder of the season, we're going to be a tough out this year for any team we play.
And Michael Howard running up the middle, I think he's going to be the impact player. He's going to take the load really because these defensive guys are going to be bogged down tonight, I think, with Cortland Carter. They've got a big job on their hands, and it's going to be a tough night for them. But if they get more rest, not as many reps offensively, I think it's going to be up to Michael Howard running the football. He made his first rushing touchdown last night. But last year's game, he broke loose for 53 yards on that second possession for Virginia High. And especially with this game, you can see the nerves from last year. I was